The best of the best in baseball arrive in Philadelphia. MLB All-Star Week is here.
The smiles are starting to show up, and we're really getting excited. It's going to be the best All-Star Week ever.
A big week amid a big 250th anniversary celebration.
You'll see that sort of natural connection that this city has to what makes this country so great, and we're excited to bring that to the fans of Philadelphia.
That has everyone joining in on the festivities.
The energy, just the crowd, the folks, and just seeing the players play, I've been hooked ever since. So being able to be selected for this is a dream come true.
From All-Star Week itself to the stories around the game.
I was a guy who was an okay baseball player, but I've always wanted to work on this side of it.
This is the All-Star Baseball Frenzy. Hello everyone and welcome to Citizens Bank Park here in Philadelphia, home of the 2026 MLB All-Star Game. I'm Ryan Yee, she's Lauren Bradford, and for the next 30 minutes we are going to be with you in our All-Star Baseball Frenzy, breaking down the next week of festivities coming up that brings the best of the best in the game to right here in the city of brotherly love.
That's right, Ryan. There's no other place to hold this game this year on the country's 250th anniversary than in the nation's birthplace. But baseball is truly a nationwide pastime.
Yeah, very true, Lauren, and that's why a whole bunch of people from across the country, even around the world, are going to be coming here to Philadelphia to see some of the best, all of them, with the question in their mind: what fun is in store for them?
For that, we go to Todd Sadowski, who catches up with someone from Major League Baseball. Todd?
All right, thanks, guys. Joining me now is Jeremiah Yolkut with Major League Baseball, and I just love to see the logo back there. Philadelphia is a natural. You have the bell and the America 250. Jeremiah, talk about that connection that maybe went into the decision-making. Never been to Citizens Bank Park before. What a perfect year to do it.
Yeah, I think the connection that this country has to the history of America is so obvious in the ways in which we're making the programming about being in Philadelphia around the celebration of the 250th. And I think you see that in the logo. I think you see that in the design of the field. I think you'll see that in all the ceremonies on the field. When you go down to the convention center and you're in All-Star Village, you'll see that sort of natural connection that this city has to what makes this country so great, and we're excited to bring that to the fans of Philadelphia.
I love that the message is that you guys want to do things differently. You don't want to just bring the same experience to city by city. So you have the three-on-three that is new as well, and then the red carpet show at Independence Hall. I mean, the flavors and the touches that Philadelphia can bring to this event are really unique.
Yeah, I don't think there's a better backdrop for a red carpet show than what we're going to see on Tuesday here with Independence Hall right there, framed up with the best players in the world at one of the most iconic spots in our country. It's going to be an unforgettable experience, and we've been able to really highlight the best parts of Philadelphia in the way that we're programming the market, and we're excited to be able to have the fans now come and experience it and not just talk about it.
Well, thank you, Todd. A lot in store for fans coming here to Philly for the All-Star festivities, obviously to catch some of their favorite players. A lot of those fans also have postseason hopes as we hit that halfway mark of the season. Pittsburgh Pirates fans, been more than a decade since they've reached the postseason, but the mood in Steel City is shifting.
Yeah, I caught up with some of those fans to see what they feel like the direction of the franchise is headed and what they think the future holds.
One could describe life as a Pittsburgh Pirates fan as well.
It's rough. They have had a lot of struggles, and it's really frustrating, but we have a lot of young talent that they've brought in, and hopefully they can eventually get it turned around in the right direction.
It's that young core that's breathing life back into the fan base.
I'm excited, optimistic for the future, but yeah, it's been cool to see what they put together this year.
The addition of Connor Griffin alongside a stellar starting rotation has fans feeling optimistic about the future of the franchise.
They're putting it together, and you can't expect it all to happen overnight. They're making progress to where they need to be. We'll see how far they get this year.
It may still be a work in progress, but fans believe the foundation is in place for the Pirates to compete for years to come.
Let's go Bucks!
Let's go Bucks!
Let's go Bucks!
As you can see, a lot of excitement from Pirates fans there, but they aren't the only fans that are looking forward to what some young talent can do to potentially change the direction of a franchise.
Yeah, no, one of those fans is you, Lauren, with your beloved Baltimore Orioles and one of their star players in Gunnar Henderson doing something pretty cool in June.
We have a surprise for you.
we invite Gunnar Henderson to join Declan on the field to present him.
One young lucky baseball fan in Baltimore was surprised by Orioles shortstop Gunnar Henderson with some cleats that match the exact pair the infielder wears on the field. Declan has a rare leg length discrepancy that makes ordering cleats quite the challenge, both logistically and financially. But a problem no more, as Under Armour, the Orioles, and Henderson work together to design and build a custom pair for Declan that I'm sure will get no shortage of use for years to come. The 2024 All-Star with an all-star move for one of his biggest fans. Coming up, he grew up in central Pennsylvania, a huge baseball fan. Now, he's one of the most important decision makers in the Cincinnati organization. We catch up with Nick Krall to find out how he's climbed the career ladder during his 24 years with the Reds. Our All-Star Baseball Frenzy returns after this.
Wanted to work in baseball and build a team and build a team that has a chance to get to the World Series. That's what your goal is.
From central Pennsylvania to the big leagues, Nick Krall turned a passion for baseball into a career with the Cincinnati Reds. Here's a look behind the scenes at his journey to his dream job, Cincinnati Reds President of Baseball Operations.
Even after 24 years with the Cincinnati Reds, a day at the ballpark never gets old for President of Baseball Operations, Nick Krall.
It's been a lot of fun being able to be with one organization. We got a lot of people I grew up with in this organization, and coaches, players, scouts, staff. I love this organization.
Long before he was building a major league franchise, Kroll was building his love of the game in York, Pennsylvania.
I loved baseball growing up. I played at York Catholic. I played in the York Central League in the summers, and it's just something I really loved growing up. My dad played when I was a kid, and I just developed a love for it there.
As his playing days went on, Kroll came to understand that if he wanted a future in the sport, it wouldn't be on the field. It'd be in the front office.
I was a guy who was an okay baseball player, but I've always wanted to work on this side of it.
Kroll worked his way up from scout to president of baseball operations, helping shape the future of the Reds.
You're always looking to figure out how you can build for the short term and the long term, and when we get home we'll have to start our draft preparations, have the draft, and then that leads right into the All-Star break, into the trade deadline. So it's a hectic month, but it's got a lot of fun.
The best part, when all the hard work pays off.
Last year, one of my favorite days was obviously when we clinched to go to the playoffs, but it's not just the celebration, and it was great to get to the postseason, but to be able to compose the email that we sent to staff afterwards, that just, you look at everybody that's touched somebody in this organization that helped get to the postseason.
Now living out his dream, Kroll hopes his story encourages others to chase their own.
If you really want something, no matter what it is, go put everything you have into it and try to do as best as you can and learn as much and work your butt off.
For every All-Star that takes the field this week, there is a community of coaches and teammates that has helped them get there. And one baseball clinic just outside of Philly is taking that sentiment to the next level, helping their players do a lot more than just succeed on the baseball diamond. Supporting some of Pennsylvania's emerging baseball stars, both on and off the field.
When I was 11, I came to try out here. It's not very good. Clint took a chance, and since then I've just been continuing to develop. I've gotten better every year. They help me with the skill side of things and also the mental. I'm a completely different human being now than I was then.
Both Ian Jacob and Victor Aponte train at EL1, and both are among Pennsylvania's next generation of rising baseball prospects. Largely in part due to the pro-level coaching they received at the Reading-based baseball clinic.
At one point I even wanted to stop pitching because I just didn't have a feel for it. But as I got around these great group of guys, they put it in my head, you're good, you got it, it takes time.
For both former MLBer Rich DeLucia and EL1 GM Clint Fernandez, helping their players conquer obstacles is part of the program. However, that sentiment was needed even more after the death of Jacob's father and a cancer diagnosis for Aponte.
When we got those texts, with Ian and Victor, it was was like a kick in the gut. We can't imagine what they're going through, but we always let them know that there's a place here. If it's not even baseball, just come here and talk to us if you want to just get away.
Life-changing moments that turned EL1 into a second home.
It became like just a loving atmosphere. Like when I first came in, first practice back when I got cleared by the doctor, like seeing everybody smile, like hearing how great it is to have me back here, it was just great.
All right, lefty.
If I was ever upset, I could just come here, I could hit, I could pitch, I could talk to Rich, I could talk to Clint, and it just helped a lot with getting through that time. It was definitely a place where I could come and just get all the weight off my shoulders and just play baseball.
And the people within it, a second family.
It's the reason that we do this. We want to be mentors to these kids, and we want to be positive influences, and them being able to come in here and have a place that they can count on is important for us.
A place that will forever be a part of Jacob and Aponte's baseball journeys.
It's been amazing being here, and I couldn't imagine not having this place.
Up next on our All-Star Baseball Frenzy, the Midsummer Classic sets up in Philly for the first time in 3 decades. How the team embraced the responsibility and the unique ways they're showcasing the city during All-Star Weekend when we come back.
We're back on our All-Star Frenzy, and joining me now is Michael Harris with the Phillies, and you can hardly contain the smiles. I know the staff, it's so much hard work to do all this stuff, but we're coming to those days, right, where that hard work pays off. And so I guess just the overall feeling as you walk through the offices, as you talk to everybody, how excited they are about hosting the MLB Midsummer Classic.
Yeah, it's hard to verbalize the excitement at this point. I mean, to your point, it's been a long time, a lot of planning. The game was actually awarded to us back in 2019, which is hard to believe. And we were excited then, but we knew it was going to be a long way to get here. So it just took some patience. The planning really cranked up at the beginning of 2025. That's when we started to really get into the details, started having substantive conversations. So it's been about 18 months of intensive planning. But to your point, we're a couple days away. The smiles are starting to show up, and we're really getting excited. It is going to be the best All-Star week ever.
In 2019, you guys should have been, what took you so long, right? Citizens Bank Park's been here for a little bit. You got to get here. But they're coming, and they're coming in such a unique and special year. America 250, Independence Hall, for the red carpet show. So many of the touches and the flavors that Philly brings to something, people are going to notice whether they're here or whether they're tuning into some of the events.
We have woven Philadelphia into the fabric of every element of All-Star Week, and that's one of the reasons why we are so excited. As a host city, that's what you want. You want people to walk away not just saying, that was a great All-Star Week. You want them to walk away saying, that was a great All-Star Week in Philadelphia. And I think we've done a masterful job working with our friends at MLB to do that. Independence Hall and the red carpet show is just one example. But I get chills just thinking about that. The game's greatest stars walking down a red carpet with our fans flanked on either side, high-fiving them with Independence Hall in the background. It's surreal. And that's one of the reasons why having the game in Philadelphia is so special and why we can provide such a unique experience.
I love in the Olympics, they hand the flame to the next host city, right? They basically handed the bat to Kyle Schwarber and said, here, take this to Philadelphia with you for the next year. And so you got the home run derby, you got the All-Star game. So the marquee events are going to really shine, and to have all those that immense talent in the same ballpark, man, it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, the marquee events speak for themselves. But one of the biggest differences between now and the last time we hosted the game 30 years ago, it's not just All-Star Game, it's All-Star Week. It's 5 or 6 days of jam-packed activities, both inside Citizens Bank Park and throughout the community. community. And in addition to the Home Run Derby and the red carpet show and the game itself, we have the HBCU Swingman Classic. Ken Griffey Jr. is the motivating factor behind that, so he's going to be in the house. We have the Major League Baseball Draft at the Convention Center. We have the Futures Game. We have MLBX 3-on-3, which is a brand new event. And I know people are probably saying, well, what's going on here? But think about Shane Victorino, Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins participating in a home run derby on their home field. When are we ever going to see that ever again? So it's just a microcosm of why we're so excited for the totality of the events throughout the week and why we think this is going to be, again, the best All-Star week ever.
Michael, oh, by the way, it's been a busy year in Pennsylvania. I mean, not just America 250, but on the sports calendar as well. The Link hosting a World Cup. You've had the PGA Championship, all those things that have made Pennsylvania. So I bring those up because the collaboration to do this is not just something that the team pulls off. It's everybody from the outside that comes in. So if you can speak to the collaboration and what it takes to really pull off these kind of weekends.
Certainly an amazing year for our city, our region, our entire state. And to just be a small part of that is an honor and a privilege. But yes, it has been an enormous amount of collaboration, coordination throughout this entire process. Working with our friends at Major League Baseball, working with the Parker administration, working with the Shapiro administration, working with all the tourism bureaus. Everybody's got to be rowing in the same direction. You can't pull off an event of this size, scale, and magnitude unless everyone is doing that. And one of the things that I've been really, really excited about and really, really pleased is that everybody has been on the same page. Everybody understands the enormity of the moment, understands that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And so once everybody buys into that, it does make things a lot easier.
All right, last question. They're right behind you. They put the display. We get to taste all the good eats. You can't leave Philly without sampling what this All-Star weekend? Anything stand out to you?
Well, I'm biased. I'm a crab fry addict, so I know that's one of the traditional offerings, but what Aramark has done, they're so creative. They're constantly trying to think outside the box. You're going to have so many different All-Star offerings that'll be unique and special. And so it's only, it's 11:17, but it's really hard not to eat everything that's on display right now because it'll be so good.
I got my eyes on the Schmitter. I just have to admit, I got the Schmitter.
That was a huge announcement. The fact that it's coming back, I mean, the roar of the crowd was as big as we've heard in a long time.
It might have been the loudest one. Michaels, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Have a great time, enjoy, and throw a big party this weekend.
Can't wait to welcome the baseball world. Thank you very much.
The All-Star Game is over 90 years old now with very humble beginnings. A quick history lesson on how and why the game started way back in 1933. We have more from our All-Star Baseball Frenzy in just a moment. The America 250 PA Committee unveiled a painted bell to commemorate the All-Star Game. Artist Andre Chaney painted the bell titled America's Summer Tradition to celebrate baseball shared across generations, cities, and communities.
Now that it can really live with the people is what's really important because it's been living in my head. I know what it looks like. I've been living with it in the studio, but to be able to let the people have it, for them to begin to take pride in it, rally behind it, love it, is what really matters the most. So I'm excited that people got to see it today, that they appreciate it, they love it, and from wherever it's going to go, it'll definitely be here for the season. I'm just glad so many eyes will be on it.
This is the 111th bell that was commissioned by Bells Across PA, with at least one in each of Pennsylvania's 67 counties. Of course, America just celebrated a birthday, 250 years and a few odd days old now. As for MLB's All-Star Game, it's been around for over 90 of those years. One baseball game in 1933 did more than entertain. It helped a hurting country. Today, a new book revisits that moment and why it still matters. Randall Sullivan's The First All-Star Game connects the birth of the midseason showcase to the darkest days of the Great Depression. The game grew out of Chicago's push to make its 1933 World's Fair a success. He says promoters landed on a showcase, American League stars versus National League stars.
There was sort of a magical quality of things falling into place around this game, and it sort of, it feels like it was sort of, a blessed event, and the country was being blessed too.
Sullivan says the drawing power of Babe Ruth sealed the deal. Fans and players wanted to see him play even late in his career. Can't wait for this year's Midsummer Classic. Also looking forward to all of the other events and festivities surrounding the game here in Philadelphia. Ryan and Lauren, we're rounding third base. Bring it on home.
Thanks, Todd. While this closes out our All-Star Baseball frenzy, it's really just the start of the festivities with a weekend full of baseball, history, and All-Star celebrations.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself, Lauren. Fans are surely in for an All-Star treat. Well, to finish off the show, we throw it back a little bit to some All-Star picks through time across Pennsylvania. For Lauren Bradford, for Todd Sadowski, I'm Ryan Yee, and all of you have a great All-Star week.